Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Rance IX, the Hellmanian Revolution. Last time we witnessed the piercing power of Red and saw Rance sent out for a tactician. This time let us proceed to the False Reaper before going into the boy's true colors. The False Reaper, which is happening in Maunus, which I suppose is in the Laezus territory, across the mountains. The Hellmanian army's most maneuverable military faction was the Thief Army. Their initial job to bring down the outlaws was abruptly cancelled off because they were redirected across the mountains to put pressure on Laezus. Alright, so we dragged our asses all the way to Laezus, great, but the Laezus army is right there to greet us. Yep. Pretty easy to see us marching down from up on those mountains, so anyone could have seen that coming. And it has to be the Red Army and their brightest uniforms. You can barely stay drunk looking at those. By the time the Fifth Army made it over the mountains, the Laezus Red Army was already waiting outside the fortress below. Risk our lives just hiking to the damn place, so they could at least cut us some slack. So what's next, General? I'm still kinda drunk, but there's not too many of them. Wanna fight? Bonehead, this is the Red Army. Even if we win, we'd be half dead before it ends. Although, don't judge the Red Army by their numbers, unless you want to get torn in your asshole. I've never seen them actually. Are they really so great? They always make the first move. The whole army just rushes right at you. Their thing is to fight to the death and break enemy formations, so their bigger armies can come in with an advantage later. The way these guys throw themselves at you is virtually suicidal. Nothing can get them to stop. The moment you see a giant red halberd pierce through a massive army, anyone will realize that. Standing in the Red Army's way is pointless. Sounds like the kind of guys who don't like jokes. We're not prepared for a real fight, so these sound like the worst guys to run into. Pretty much. Look, see how they've got shit set up for... how they've got shit set up for if someone's invading from the mountains. Normally, you'd think they'd be standing over there. But they're not even doing that, so they're hyped for this fight, you think? That's what they do. Also easy to imagine that another army is heading here from Laezus Castle already. Wanna stick around and let them obliterate us, although? Turns out coming down to Laezus to give them a warning was a huge fucking mistake. The important thing now is figuring out when to retreat. We threaten them somehow just to keep up appearances, then scram. So the problem is Churchatov, our supervisor. If we half-ass it, you can bet your ass he'll report us. That guy with the weird name and face, you mean? Well, we'll have to keep his mouth shut somehow. Yep. Okay, yeah, that is the weirdest face. Yo-ho-ho! What are you staying around for? Supervisor Churchatov. Speak of the devil. This is only supposed to be a warning, yes, but you must do more than just show up. How could I proudly report to the commanding general if you do nothing? Should you not fight them a bit and remind Laezus what the Hellmanian army is capable of? Oh, well, hey, leave this to us. We have to act carefully now. You don't know dick about war. Shut your mouth. What? You've got some desk job. How would you know the rules of the field? What did you say? I'll have you court-martialed for that. Just, you know, everyone's got their role. You don't want all those troops attacking us, do you, Churchatov? Then we'd all be in danger. Yo. Listen, I'm purely a supervisor. Don't expect me to join in the fight. Yeah, you sure don't have to worry about that. And if you disrespect me, I'll have you court-martialed immediately. Remember that. Churchatov scoffed and retreated to the back. Man, selfish little shit. Think you can pay him to keep quiet? You know what I'm paid. That's gotta be a joke. Funny, right? I'm not laughing. Well, whatever. So, how are we actually gonna get out of this one? Meanwhile, Laezus Red Army formation. Captain Lila, the Fifth Army is silent. They seem to be at a standstill. Okay, yeah, you can see that Leela is under the helmet with her giant eyes. Yes, and not attacking, luckily for us. Leela responded to the soldier while disguised as the Red General. Red General Rick, question mark, brackets Leela. And they still don't seem to realize Rick isn't here. All going well for now. Waiting inside the fort would really be smarter from a safety perspective, but the Red Army would probably wait out on the open, so what can you do? We just don't want this to turn into a fight. Stare them down. Buying time is the most important thing. Yes, ma'am. When the Black Army arrives, they'll have to retreat. We only have to hold out until then. Still... Oh, I see. I was wondering why they don't have an L on their liaison tag. It's because the symbol itself is supposed to be an L. It's L and EASUS. Okay, this is weird. Hopefully nothing happens before that. This is bad for my heart. Those, the two armies that wanted to avoid battle, continue to glare at each other. Are we just gonna keep staring at them? Sometime later, Rolex randomly muttered. If we're just threatening liaisons, the job was done the second we showed up. Yep. Wanna retreat? Churchtov might whine about it, but convincing him shouldn't be impossible. The problem is that the Red Army still hasn't made any moves. If we retreat at a bad time, they'll be right on our ass. You wanna take a sword for back? Still though, can't just stand here. The reinforcements could arrive any second now. Then they'd capture every last one of us. Yep, pretty big conundrum. All they have to do is wait, but we can't afford to do that. Shit, and all we want to do is go home. Alright. Should we attack? What? Rolex walked in front of the 5th Army soldiers by himself. Hey! You, Red Army General, you hear me? This ain't going nowhere. Let's have a duel, General on General. The loser has to retreat. Accept my challenge or not. Answer me. You miscreant. You didn't even ask me if this was appropriate. You'll be court-martialed for this. Calm down. Rolex's challenge sent a shockwave through the Red Army. What should we do? This is getting ugly. I want to buy time for the Black Army, but if I refuse, their whole army might attack us instead. And if I lose... I can't lose while I'm borrowing the Red General's name. Leela. Yes? What is it? You may be a stand-in, but you're our commander for the time being. We'll follow your orders. Understood. Thanks. Very well, you're on. Accept your challenge. Wasn't expecting that. He's into it. The Reaper's got his pride to consider, I guess. They're giving in to our demands. Why not ask them to hand the fort over while you're at it? Moron, what would we even do in there? When we get them to retreat into the fortress like promised, we'll make our escape. That's the only way this ends without us being attacked from behind. We only came to pose as a threat. I'm not losing any precious soldiers over this bullshit. Oh, you really care about your troops, you great and wonderful general. Shut up and go tell everyone they should get ready to retreat. You got it. Now that leaves one problem. I have to win. The Red Reaper, eh? Didn't think I'd get the chance to fight him here. Rolex expressed not a sliver of anxiety. In fact, he was delighted to confront a famous general. Both armies' generals stepped forward. The 5th Army and Red Army troops watched with bated breath. Whoever loses has to retreat. We agree to that, yeah? Understood. They each took up their weapons. Rolex wielded a Helmanian sword in his right hand and a Nipponese katana called Musashi in his left. Leela's sword was the one passed down to every Red Army general. It was a magic sword called By Road. Nothing was a greater proof of the Red General's identity. Can't say I've used a sword the same height as me before, so I don't know about this. Probably shouldn't try to win. I can stay on the defensive as long as it buys time. Too bad though. Under different circumstances, I'd love the chance to fight this guy. He's Hellman's best swordsman, Rolex Gadros. I have to be careful. Don't need a countdown or nothing, do we? It's go time. Rolex instantly closed in and swung his katana. Gah! Leela swiftly blocked with Byrode and swept the blade horizontally to keep him away. Rolex easily deflected it with his defensive weapon, the Hellmanian sword. How is anyone supposed to use this sword? Byrode was absurdly long and weightless. If used for defense, the full weight of each attack still hit Leela. I don't know how Reek does it. But I'm the Red General now. I can't lose. Ah! Leela unleashed a series of 3 attacks. Oh, whoa, almost. Good shit, keep it up. Rolex narrowly parried Leela's onslaught with his 2 swords. In contrast to Leela's panic, he couldn't have looked more composed. I can hit him. Dot. Fishy. Very fishy. He's pretty fast and he's got skills. I'm sure he has some experience. But that's all. I heard he usually runs in flailing that sword like crazy, but he's being cautious as hell. Well, not everyone lives up to their name. Could have all been rumors, I guess. His skill is incredible. Hellman's dual-wielding general is as good as I've heard. It doesn't help that I don't know how to use this sword, but that's sort of the biggest problem. I hate to admit it, but this is hopeless. You're good. Huh? But it looks like you're too young to fight on my level, Reaper. Let's finish this up. Draw! Angry face. Here it comes, the double slash attack. The 2 swords came at Leela from above and below. No way to dodge this one with just 1 sword. What are you gonna do? I can block this. Gah. Leela gave up on blocking and lurched backwards to avoid the sword. Got you. Oryx immediately followed up with another attack. He already had a sword position to cut Leela down. Was this his plan all along? No good. Leela tried to defend with Byrode, but Rolex effortlessly knocked it away. Ah! The blade arced through the air. Rah! Oh no, I will have to censor this. Ah! Rolex's sharp slash hammered into Leela's body. The blade crushed her armor, revealing the skin underneath. What? Who's this chick? What the fuck is going on here? Clap, clap, clap. Someone clapped shallowly, killing all attention. Wonderful. Well done. We all knew you could do it, General Rolex. At last, latest Red Reaper has been bested. You really think he was a woman this whole time? This ain't the Red Reaper. She's a fake. We've been hoodwinked. I can see that. But her helmet is real. Just bring it back as proof of your victory. This is the perfect chance to besmirch the Reaper's name. What? You don't have to tell anyone it was a fake. General Rolex, you'll not only have done your duty of threatening lasers, but achieved one of the greatest things a Hellmanian soldier could possibly do. And since I accompanied you, I can return to Hellman with pride. Fuck that. It would be shameful. You can't say no, General Rolex. This is an order. Take the helmet. Not happening. You dare refuse your superior's orders? You'll be court-martialed for this. Sure, you do that. When we are back in Hellman, prepare for the consequences. I'll take all the glory for myself. Churchetov approached Leela to steal the helmet. Hey, Thomas, stay away from the girl. Crap. Red Army Knight determined that Leela was in danger and waved his hand. Everybody, charge! Damn, they broke their promise. Guys, the general's in trouble. Lo frantically gave the signal for his own army to advance. Wait! Rolex raised his hand to stop them. General? Tch. Rolex flailed his katana. Wah! Goodbye, Churchetov. He slashed right through Churchetov's back. Whoa! What? Should have been less of a shitter. Curse you! You'll be court-martialed for this. Churchetov collapsed lifelessly to the ground. Court-martial me in hell. What? Rolex's abrupt action confounded the Red Army, but they didn't stop their advance. Just hold on a sec. Huh? Rolex shouted so loud that the air quaked, stopping the Red Army in their tracks. He then walked over Churchetov and stopped next to Leela. No. Knock her out from the looks of it. This is General Leela from the Gold Army, if I remember right. Don't exactly know why the Red Reaper's not here, but whatever. Rolex picked up Leela's unconscious body. General? He then carried her up to the Red Army's camp. It caught everyone off guard, but nobody from either the Red Army or the Fifth Army could interfere. All the soldiers watched with bated breath to see what Rolex would do. Hey, brought your commander back for you. Captain, are you okay? She's taking a little nap. Just get her patched up soon, and I'm sure she'll survive. See ya. Rolex turned around to walk away. But then he remembered something and turned just his head toward the line of red soldiers. Oh, and don't forget your promise. I'll have to ask you to retreat. I know. We did almost break our promise, and for that, I apologize. I don't need the enemy's apology. Dot. You showed some courage to walk right after us. Heh, stab me in the back if you want. Yeah, Rolex seems like a pretty cool guy. I hope we can ally with him during this expedition. Bye. Rolex left food, leaving that parting remark behind. Dot. We lost. Rolex took a leisurely walk to the Fifth Army camp. Hey, I'm back. That was a shock. That was sure you'd be killed. You could have just left her there for them, you know? I was feeling it in the moment. So. Also, like I said before, the Red Army is always prepared to die. With guys like that, you can bet they care about their honor. I knew they'd stay true to their promise, and that they wouldn't send all their men against a single dude. Really, though? Well, I was fighting for a bit there, not gonna lie. Is that all? Anyway, got a report from our lookout. The Black Army is apparently heading over from the east. Ooh, nice timing. They're pretty huge, next to no chance we'd win that one. All the better. We did our job and threatened them. All we can do now is retreat. Our supervisor did something stupid and got himself killed. Better head on back. Ooh, you bad guy. All forces, retreat! Hurry! Got it. The Black General must work fast if he has already brought that whole giant army here. Thank God for that. Gives me an excuse to leave. We are ready to retreat whenever. Alright. We got nothing left to do here. Let's get a move on. Got it. The Helmanian Fifth Army bolted back down the road they came from. The lazish Black Army watched with surprise. My God. The second I see the Fifth Army, they retreat. Interesting timing. What was their objective exactly? Oh, could they have been a decoy? General, they're probably attacking Fort Parapara as we speak. No, they didn't act like a decoy. If that was their intent, they wouldn't have picked now to retreat. Then what? It seems they wanted to put pressure on us for something, but I can't think of what. No, wait. Rick and Tilda with Rance. There is a good chance they've caused some turmoil in Hellman. Does Hellman think it's Liz is doing, perhaps? Most likely. And they want to say that they are ready to attack us if we provoke them too much? I believe so, yes. It's clear now that chaos is bringing Hellman. A great nation is nearing its end. We'll have to watch and see what happens. There is a good chance we'll be flooded with refugees. Attack Fort Parapara and tell them to take in and protect the way. Yes, sir. I'll deliver your message. Times are changing. I might not even get the chance to settle things with them myself. Thus, the Havanian Fifth Army's invasion of Laezes came to a close. Well, that was quite an event. And it lasted for a fair bit longer than I expected. So let's hope that the odious commanding general is a small one. Yankutsk. The military meeting room in Yankutsk was used by the 1st Army's outlaw subjugation unit. Commanding General Ketchuk was there. General Lelukov, here's a question. Do you remember my orders? Indeed I do. What of it? What of it, you ask? I don't recall telling you to defend the city. My orders were to kill the outlaws. According to reports, you allowed them to escape. Multiple times at that. I admit we've failed in that regard. We've come close to capturing them, but not quite pulled it off as of yet. Capture them? Who told you to do that? Kill them. All you have to do is bring me their corpses. What are you ignoring my instructions for? Someone's pulling the strings, and we need them alive to find out who. Who cares? It's lasers, that much is obvious. You can't even figure that out, but you think you're so great. Lasers? That's not the only problem. You're fighting them off from inside Yakutsk, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed we are. Until we know the full extent of their power, it's wisest to remain on the defense, especially when we have to deal with that mobile fortress. I didn't come here to listen to your excuses. Yakutsk has a long history, with a lot of cultural heritage. Turning the city into a battlefield is out of the question. I ordered you to fight at Fort Porn, yet you ignored me and drew the outlaws to Yakutsk. Not quite. The outlaws were already on their way here. We barely got here before them. Questionable. At any rate, fight without using the city. I've heard enough excuses. Just kill them. You don't need a plan to stop a little gang of hoodlums. What do you think war is? War? Did you just say war? What a joke. What? Exterminating troublemakers isn't war. It's a little hunt at best. This is more game than any serious affair. You know next to nothing about military affairs. Carl? But General, this can't go on. It's absurd. Let it go. Our duty is to defend the country. That should include protecting our irreplaceable culture. It will be worth the extra effort. Yes, sir. We'll follow your instructions. From now on, we'll consider any potential damage to the city in our decisions. I ask that you forgive us for any transgressions thus far. God's sake. Just this once. There won't be next time. Understand, General Lelukov? Yes. Do. Kachuk waited for no further response before stomping out of the room. I have to say, I can't believe he came all the way to Yakutsk. He claims to have stopped by while on other business, but still, to come simply to complain. He doesn't seem to care for us much. Lelu. Oh, I'm sorry, Pigo. That must have been rather boring for you. Pigo pointed in the direction Kachuk had just left. Should I teach him a lesson? Oh. Teach him a lesson, eh? Okay, I'll go do that. Oh, wait, Pigo. You mustn't do that. I know it's hard to believe, but he is a higher up in the military. Really? Lelu, you can tolerate him? Well, I don't have much of a choice. Lelukov gently stroked Pigo's head. You're a good grown-up, Lelu. I've got it. I'll just throw some salt on him. Oh, Pigo, where are you off to? The cafeteria. It's okay, I'm good at throwing salt. Ultra good. Hey, Pigo, salt is wasted on people like him. Salt is for cooking. So you're tolerating him too? Well, I suppose so. You're also a good grown-up, Carl. Hey, the first time his leaders can't keep up appearances when Pigo is around. Who are you? Who is Pigo? Where did she come from? Pigo's a smart girl. Power and influence don't mean anything to her. Now, the problem is this condition Sketchuk gave us. This is a fortress city, but we have to fight without it. Much easier said than done. Yes, but we'll have to figure something out. Lelukov thought about the battle with the outlaws as he stared at the wasteland outside the window. Alright, do we have anyone new in the trivia? It's been a while. Yes, we have Turin. Turin Sanada, Nipponese tactician. He was once a commander for the Takeda clan, which was considered Nippon's strongest clan during their last civil war, and now he is the only one who survived. After Rance led the Oda clan to unite Nippon, he put all his energy into improving Nippon's national power, but the country had settled down recently. Seeking to serve Rance after he proved to be a hero in the civil war, he traveled to the continent. Rance obviously ignored him, but ever patient, Turin began to live in the house across from Rance's. As a result, the artificial life form named Athena 2.0, who Rance always left at home, became fond of him. He's actually getting ready to relocate somewhere near Rance Castle. Okay, so he's actually an admirer of Rance. Alright, this will be it for today's episode, and tomorrow we'll continue with the Boy's True Colors. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.